I'm Simon Longstaff, Executive Director of the Ethics Centre, and I want to talk about the terrible scandal that's unfolding at the moment involving Volkswagen and its dishonesty in marketing cars, at least two models we know of in the United States and in Europe and perhaps in Australia, that fail in fact to meet the environmental standards that have been promised. Now, a lot of people have looked at this as a scandal involving a company which has seen a massive amount of its share value wiped out, and are worried about the whole question of corporate ethics. But I think there's another issue that we need to look at, and that's to do with what happens when you divorce technical mastery from ethical restraint. In this particular case, the damage that has been done is not just to the company's balance sheet, but it's also to the expectations of people who in good faith believed that they were buying cars that were going to be environmentally responsible. And now they find that through dishonesty, through deception, they've been tricked into being part of a big fat lie, and instead of being part of the solution, they're part of the problem. This has been a disaster for Volkswagen, but it's also been a disaster for their customers, who must now be asking whether or not they can rely on claims about the safety of the vehicles that they've offered. The Germans are renowned for the quality of their engineering and manufacturing, but that's precisely the set of skills which allow you to engage in a deception of this kind, unless it is tied to good ethics. Ethical restraint is about saying no to the use of every tool that you have in your disposal. It's about saying no to the possibility of doing everything that could be done, and instead applying a framework of values and principles to restrain the choices that you make. Clearly, in this case, that ethical restraint has been missing. And when you divorce ethics from science and technology, you risk creating a dark dystopia in which things are made bad and worse by the activity of greed. Well, if I was Volkswagen, I'd be not just managing the incident as it is at the moment, I would be going right back to the beginning, looking at the foundations of ethics for that company. What is its purpose? What are the values and principles that ought to be in place? And are those foundations still as strong as they really ought to be? I'm Simon Longstaff, Executive Director of the Ethics Centre.